I want to turn the lights off. We should do this with the lights off.
No, I think I need the lights on to read.
Dude, I will shine as many flashlights as I can find in this county.
Turn the light off.
Woohoo!
Turn the light off. We'll be gay with this one.
Oh, see? Look
Ooh,
at that.
actually, that's kind of nice. I like that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That
You're all
is nice.
welcome.
I agree. The
You're all welcome.
Mesa Boogie Engineering.
Well, thanks for
Hey,
telling me.
hey.
See, that didn't even.
You haven't been introduced yet. You don't speak until you're introduced.
Shut the fuck up, you.
What show are we on? What show is this? 19?
This is the Evil Show.
I believe this is show 19.
This is the first of several Evil shows. Happy
Halloween early.
pre-ease into Halloween, everybody.
Our favorite time of the year. So, thanks, Dave. So yes, welcome to Wasted Time with Ryan, show number 19. This is our first in our series of Halloween-themed shows. That's our, at least me and Ryan's favorite holiday. So we're gonna do some, we're gonna change things up and play some creepy Halloween background music, have some creepy goblins in the background make noise. And to make things even creepier, we have a special guest with us for the first time today. Who do we got today?
Howdy ho, it's Michael Hunter.
Not Mike Myers. We couldn't get
Not
him.
Mike Myers.
We tried to get Michael Myers, but we got Mike Hunter instead.
Yeah.
Michael
That's-
Country
Mikey
Pretty
Mouse by the
closer.
sound of it.
Mike is actually the guitarist in our band and
Lead guitarist.
lead guitarist in our band, and he is going to be playing bass for Rape Fuck, which we talk about that all the time. So, Mike, welcome to the show. Your input
Welcome,
is
sir.
probably going to not be valued by anyone.
Yeah, shut the fuck
No,
up.
it is
Mike.
okay.
Shut the
Okay.
fuck up, Mike.
No one cares what I have to say anyway, besides my tat.
Speak when spoken to. Fuck.
No, but welcome to the show for the first time, and
New studio.
Yeah, we
new
apologize
studio
in
today.
advance.
I think that's all we really have to say for this show. I
So
think
thanks
we
for
can-
listening. This
yeah.
was a great show, and we'll see you next week.
That's it.
Hope you enjoyed the music. All
Yes.
3 notes of it.
Well, I think we should. And it's already gone to shit. 2 minutes in and it's
No,
gone to
this is
shit.
fucking awesome. This is perfect.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
It
So-
hasn't gone to shit. The shit's gone to us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Should we tell the big news? Should we break the news?
Break the news.
We are finally moved into the new studio.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're,
that's the big news.
that's
well, I
Yeah.
still have to put some clothes away. The studio itself was.
Yeah,
pretty
the
much
studio's pretty much set up. We just got to get a few things straightened out. Eventually get some more microphones in here. But it already sounds a hell of a lot better in
set.
here.
Yeah.
And
More spacious.
More spacious.
There's
Yeah.
4 of us in here.
Yeah, so we have a fucking table now.
I
We're not
know.
just putting my laptop on a stool and standing around it like a fucking bonfire.
Quality
Yeah,
maple
so-
Like some
table.
fucking steno bums just trying to get warm from the digital screen.
Yes.
This is high living.
So we moved into this awesome new studio, awesome house. It's fucking awesome. In case you didn't hear me, it's fucking pretty awesome.
It's fucking awesome.
So with that big news out of the
We
way,
barely have power in here, but it's
yes,
awesome.
half the power outlets don't work, which is why we had to put the lights out just
Most,
to get this to
actually.
go.
Most power outlets don't work.
So
Sounds like the prelude to a house fire.
that's all right. It's all right. If it burns down, they'll build it.
You'll
back.
live.
The neighborhood is a demilitarized zone. There's not enough power.
Yes. Yes, that's why we got such a
We'll
good
take
deal.
it.
That's why we got such a good deal on rent. So
It's that fucking pole, man. You guys got the fire pole in here.
Yeah.
That's it.
that's all we need.
Yep.
That's all we need.
Maybe we should stay here tonight. Try it out.
Yeah, put on the show and try it out, or just try it out.
What?
I don't know.
You just made Dave stroke
See,
out.
that's the best thing about this show. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. We just talk and
We do.
And
No
I
more fucking
think-
podcast now.
two people.
This is good. This is
I
good
think
shit.
I know what the fuck I'm doing.
You do?
I know
You're
I'm
the only
doing-
one that ever comes prepared, so thank you. Gordy, lay down. Gordy and Cammy are here as always, so they handle our news segment. So it's good to have them here. But in all seriousness, new studio's big news, but we got bigger news. Dave, we talked about it a little bit last week, but I want to tell our audience how everything went.
So I don't know if you all remember, but
All two of you.
our last podcast, we kind of plugged my upcoming debut at the Film Slam Film Festival and encouraged as many people to go out as possible. And, well, I fucking won.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah! Round of applause. Woo! All right.
And it was all thanks to me letting you borrow the house that you have now left behind and will never want to see again.
Yes. Well, I have to go back and clean up and move a few more
Sorry, I
things.
have to get like 2 pairs of glasses that I left.
Yes, yes, you do.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, I won. I'm really fucking excited about it. And winning that means I get to go to a bigger festival called Brouhaha, which is on the 22nd and 23rd.
But I'm
of-
drinking a brouhaha, so how are you going to my brouhaha?
Shut your fucking face.
Okay,
22nd
sorry.
and 23rd of November. I don't know what day that I'm playing on, but it's a Saturday and a Sunday.
I'll be there.
There's 2 awards. There's an audience selection and a jury selection. If I get selected for either of those, then I get to go to Florida Film Festival, and if I get selected at Florida Film Festival, I get to go to Sundance. It's a short
That
program.
is
So-
incredible.
Ooh,
That's incredible.
Sundance.
Congratulations, man. And I mean, hell, just to make it out of one round of a film festival is quite an achievement. You should feel quite proud of yourself. So, you actually,
It really was the best one.
he
I mean, you were-
actually has some value to this whole thing. So.
What was the video? What did you apply
Yeah, tell
to the video?
tell Mike.
Yeah.
Tell Mike a little synopsis.
It was Ron Jeremy and Tracy Lords, and they were just having a romantic date, and there was no sex at all.
Just he put
no
his.
sex.
He
The silent
put,
film too.
Ron
he
Jeremy
put
having
his-
no sex.
no. Ron Jeremy just put his giant dick on a plate and they had sausage.
Wait, isn't Ron Jeremy Jewish?
I don't know. Is he?
I swear Ron Jeremy is.
I thought he was Italian.
He might be
Maybe-
Italian.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess that makes
That's
sense.
complete opposite.
And let the racism begin.
Yes,
It's
number one
exa-
racist podcast.
Well, anyways, I mean, it's actually about, it's a time travel story. It's about a guy who goes back in time and meets his childhood self, and hilarity ensues. I got a surprisingly good response at Film Slam. I really wasn't expecting the turnout that I got. Despite what anyone else says, I was up against some really good films, and I was actually a fan of a couple of them and gave them really good reviews. So,
He's humble too, folks.
Yes.
Yeah, very humble.
but I'm really fucking jazzed. I mean, I know this is a fairly modest festival, but it's the first step in a giant staircase that I'm gonna ascend. So, thanks for helping me out, guys.
You got to start somewhere, and yeah, congratulations, man. I saw the film. It was really good. And,
Awesome. It's
just
really funny.
just seeing the scenes that were at my house that was really cool. So I'll
Good
at
send
least-
off to the old girl.
Yes, I'll at least anytime I feel like I'm missing her, I can just pull up the video and watch it.
Watch
and
Russ
watch
stumble
her,
out drunkenly
yes,
and
and yell at some young
call
boy.
people faggots.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is all we need. That's
Yeah,
it.
and that's the one I won.
That's why it won, because you're not afraid to use the term faggot. So
Yeah, I love that term. I think it's a beautiful word, and
I mean, it just means a cigarette. So
Chick-fil-A doesn't want to stand behind it, and that's fine.
No, it's the gay Chick-fil-A.
what about Chick-fil-A there?
It's gay. I'm gay Chick-fil-A.
You're gay Chick-fil-A.
No.
That's your
No,
new
no,
name.
No,
That's your new name.
No. Chick-fil-A had that anti-gay thing. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Well, guess what? Gay people still eat there. Gay people work there, and I know that for a fact because there's a gay guy at the Chick-fil-A that I frequent when I go to work, and yeah, he's gay, but
You
he doesn't
might
seem
want to
gay.
check what the sauce is made
Well,
out of.
they
Then.
can't.
Oh,
reject
good
the
thing.
rest of the-
Good thing I never eat white sauces, so I don't have to worry about it.
Plus, they're gay because whenever you go up there, they're like, my pleasure. I mean,
Yes.
that's,
Yes. You
Why
know
are
what?
you so
We're all about
obsessed about
pleasuring.
pleasure?
It's
It's funny that you
pleasure.
say that. I usually go to restaurants and I get really upset with the service there because they're, I give them, some leeway because they hate their lives because they're fucking 40 years old and they work at McDonald's still. But at Chick-fil-A, it's just like, it's too nice. It's like the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, just meet me halfway. I don't need you to say my pleasure. Just you're nice, but it's too nice and it creeps me out.
Or like Saturn in the 90s, it's like a different kind of company.
Yes.
Different kind of car.
You have to go potty again.
Oh, again.
Try actually making it in the.
Yeah, don't
fucking
piss all
bowl
over the
sign.
seat this time.
Gay Chick-fil-A's got the beatus.
Try actually.
Sit down this time.
Yeah.
You're spraying out of your vagina all over the seat.
Aim. Your urethra is a mile wide. Just try to contain it.
Oh god, this is already one of the best shows we've ever done. So.
All right, so you two had big news. I had big news. Mike has big news too. And I'm gonna go ahead and speak for him
Yeah,
since he's
go
not
ahead.
here.
Yeah.
He's having a baby.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep, and he's carrying it.
Still not
So
potty trained, but he's having a fucking baby.
horrific
Maybe that's what he was doing in there.
science
having a baby all
experiment
over
gone
his
wrong.
face.
That's why this music's playing in the background. It's the only thing appropriate for an announcement like that.
Yes. So now that everyone knows, it's been 2 weeks since we sat down at the old house in the old living room.
Yeah.
And,
Lots happened.
anything exciting? I mean,
Adrian Peterson.
Adrian. No, it's not Adrian.
Will you let me abuse his children?
It's no longer Adrian Pearson. Who is it, Ryan? What is he?
It's Adrian Beecherson.
Yes, Adrian Pearson. Probably will never be playing football again for the Minnesota Vikings after beating his son. So his name is perfect.
Yeah.
So we have
Didn't draft him this year.
we have
The reason why they call him Peterson is because he, brain damaged his kids so hard
Yes.
that they speak of a lisp.
So we have Ray beat your wife Rice, and
Yes,
we
yes.
have Adrian beat your son. So Adrian, we will forever at this moment retire.
Remember that
Adrian
game,
Peterson.
Elevator Action? Rice was just a big fan of that game.
Yeah, he was just trying to recreate it. That's all. So Adrian Peterson is forever retired from this podcast and is now Adrian Peterson. So
He will be missed.
what are you doing? Checking your fantasy team there?
Yeah.
How'd you do last week?
I was first in the whole fucking league.
Yeah,
so,
you actually beat my aunt, and
Yeah.
I beat Marjorie by 3 points. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I beat her by 3
Congratulations.
points.
Guys, it's football. Stop saying beat.
I beat.
I beat
No
I beat Ethan by 3 points.
I beat your aunt by 50 points.
I know you kicked her ass. She's like 8th place. You're up to like 3rd.
Fifth.
You're up to 5th.
Yeah.
I'm up to 6th now. Woohoo!
Yep.
Halloween
So-
show, guys. Scary stuff.
Yeah, well,
Scary
football is
stuff.
scary. The injuries, beating your wife, beating your kids, it's all scary stuff.
All the
So-
injuries are after the game's over. It's-
You know what?
Let's-
No. Speaking of Halloween, I have any complaints. I don't know if I'm just an impatient prick, but we went to Target last night.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Where the fuck's my Halloween cereal?
Yeah, he
Where's
almost
my
cried.
Count chocolate?
I
Which
had
is
to-
here.
Where's my
Fucking
blueberries?
But
Blueberry.
they didn't have blueberry
Yummy
Count
mommy.
Chocula?
No.
Why?
Why? What's the werewolf? Like wolf?
Wolfenstein or some
No,
shit?
no.
That's
That's a game.
Golden Dos.
It's guten time, no cereal.
My Leben.
There's blueberry, frankenberry, Count chocolate, yummy mommy, and
Wait, there's a blueberry and a frankenberry? That's
Yes.
fucking redundant.
No, it is. What's the werewolf? It's like wolf bites or I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I don't see it, and I want my fucking Halloween cereal.
Yep. I had to carry him kicking and screaming out of Target yesterday because they didn't have his goddamn kids cereal.
He was
Poor
ready
Ryan.
to aim a target at Target.
Mhm. Yeah. But let's get the football out of the way. How'd your Raiders do, Ryan?
We are 0-3, so we have a perfect season so
Yeah.
far.
You're unvictorious.
You know what? I wasn't expecting us to win, but after our embarrassing game last week, I said they have to regroup. We have a good team. They're just not playing well.
They gave the Patriots a run for their money, though, and that says something.
And I said to you at the beginning of the week, I said, you know what? I'm not expecting to win, but if they go out there and really play well and fight hard, I'll be happy. And you know what? They almost damn near won.
They did. And they should have tied that game at the end. There was no fucking holding
They
there.
kind of got
Bullshit.
fucked over, so it should
Yeah.
have at least been tied at the end. But I'm proud of them. They did really well, and I'm very happy. And we go to London this week to play
Face the
Miami.
Dolphins, so you should get your first win.
Yes, we should definitely beat the Dolphins.
Fuck the Dolphins, they suck. Ryan Tannehill, you're terrible. My Browns lost a heartbreaker, last second field goal by the Ravens after the Browns blew a big lead, so I don't want to talk about it. So that's it. Browns sucked. They're 1-2, and I'm gonna owe somebody fucking dinner at this rate. Fuck. Shit. Oh well. Moving on. Let's go ahead and jump into the kind of revamped. It's just what would be the news segment. We got one news story which we'll get out of the way. Dave, you brought this up. Want to describe the new procedure that young lady got?
Well, it turned out to be fake. So
Oh, it was fake.
It was a fake
Oh,
story.
shit.
3 boob lady was fake. So
You heard it here first, so at least I did.
So let me educate you people
Yes.
now. It's totally a hoax. There's also a guy that I guess injured his back and therefore has 100 orgasms a day.
Just being alive?
Don't know anything else about it besides that, but
Weird.
So please get in touch with me. I want to find out how to fuck my back up like that as well.
You just want to sit there and have orgasms all
Wait,
the
we
time.
didn't do the song.
Huh? Oh, there it is. There it is. That's my news intro.
Now the news.
At this point in the show, I usually start reading news segments. Today, and for the next couple weeks for Halloween, we've got a few short stories, some urban legends to talk about in place of news. But keeping it consistent, I've got one that happened in Florida. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that one, and we'll tie it in. And Ryan, we'll talk about what we did a couple weeks ago and what we're going to do this Saturday.
Okay.
So if I could get your phone so I could actually read these because I can't see anything in here.
Well, I don't know if I want to talk about the song. I'm just afraid of people stealing our ideas.
All right.
I don't know how much I want to say.
All right. Well, then I won't mention that, but I'm still going to read the story.
That's some Second Amendment
We'll
paranoia right
talk
there.
about it, but I don't want to get the title out, and we won't say specifically what it is. But we can talk about it.
All right. Well, I'll read the story, and then I'll segue right in, and I'll hand it over to you. So can I
Yes,
get
sir,
your
go for it.
phone, please? I'm going to read the first short story here. which is entitled Whirlwind. And I'm gonna read this all epic-like, so hope you all are ready to get scared. This is entitled Whirlwind. It's a Florida ghost story.
Only in Florida.
Only in Florida. In hindsight, I suppose it wasn't a good idea to go ancestor hunting in the local cemetery at dusk, but that's when my friends and I got the notion. So off we went, and as soon as we thought of it.
Sorry, ancestor hunting definitely sounds like something you do in Florida.
Yes. Only you do
Or in
naughty
the South,
things
the
to
South in
your
general.
ancestors.
Sorry.
My mother had told me we had kin in the cemetery, but I never visited there before. We got on our bike, and these are young kids, by the way. We got on our bikes and skimmed expertly through the tourists who thronged along the streets of Key West in the winter. It was getting dark when we skidded to a halt and parked our bikes by the gate. This is a pretty spooky place, my friend Amanda said uneasily, brushing her blonde hair nervously from her forehead.
Then I punched her in the face for saying something so dumb.
Yes. I read that line earlier and said, that line's stupid. It's not hard to scare Amanda, so Terry and I brushed off her comment with a laugh.
And Terry's such a gay name.
Yeah.
Seriously, what a pussy
My name's
name.
Terry, gay!
Unless it's paired with Dean, and then it's beautiful.
Yes,
Terry
yes.
indeed.
Terry indeed. Good people. It's not hard to scare Amanda, so Terry and I brushed off her comment with a laugh and headed in among the headstones. The shadows were long and growing darker by the second as we started reading surnames trying to locate my kin. The Spanish moss dripping from the tree branches overhead thrashed like withering snakes in the sea breeze, reminding me a bit of the tale of Medusa. Stop rubbing your leg, essentially. I can see that out of the corner of my eye. It's creeping me out.
Nah, I can see it from the.
I shuddered a bit and then scolded myself for being a scaredy cat like Amanda. Here's one, Terry called, beckoning me over to a rather dilapidated old tomb. I wandered over to take a look. By now, it was so dim, I had to plaster my face up against the stone to read it. The dates look correct. This may be one of my great-grandparents, I said. I could barely see Amanda, who was in
Is
another...
that a stroke? Did you just have a stroke?
No, I was just
Okay.
an emphatic pause. Paragraph.
Okay.
Now I had a stroke.
Okay.
You're distracting me. Okay. What are you talking about?
Nothing, move on.
Yeah.
It's hard to move on when I have people whispering in my ears. Okay. I could barely see Amanda, who was in the other aisle of the graveyard. A chill breeze sprang up, whipping the hair from my neck and making goosebumps rise on my arms. It really was spooky in here. We need a flashlight, I said to Terry, who was trying to read the grave next to my grandparents' tomb. Susan. Amanda called my name suddenly. I looked over at her and gasped suddenly, my body freezing in disbelief. A whirlwind full of dead leaves and dust was growing up from the ground in front of Amanda, and she staggered backwards from it, hair and clothes whipping about from the ferocity of the breeze it created. A spectral voice rose out of the whirlwind, roaring wordlessly in rage. I am gay. That's awesome. Thank you, Mike. The sound rose higher and higher, making my hair stand on end. Beside me, Terry gave a sudden shout and sprang back towards the cemetery gates.
a decider. Hey, I have a decider. Oh, sandworms. You hate them, right? I hate them myself.
Come on, she called, over her shoulder to me and Amanda. I forced my legs into action, sprinting after Terry. But when I glanced back... You forced your legs apart. But when I glanced back, I saw that Amanda had tripped over a low tombstone and lay directly in the path of the shrieking whirlwind.
Oh, well,
I raced
fuck
back
her.
and grabbed her arm, trying to get her moving again. She gasped and scrambled, but fear made her clumsy, and she fell over again, the jagged stone cutting her knee open, the blood spurting from her cut. Yeah,
Ow.
see, we have to put the lights on.
I think beer made her clumsy, not fear.
The blood squirting from her cut was suddenly illuminated by a bluish light that appeared directly above the whirlwind.
The police helicopter. I mean, there's a bunch of kids having sex in the graveyard. What do you expect?
It coalesced rapidly into a glowing man in the garb of an old-time Spanish settler. The spirit gave a shout of rage at the sight of us and swooped towards us, arms outstretched. Amanda gave a shriek and found her feet at last, racing away from the ghost so fast she left me far behind. I sprinted after her, my way uncannily lit by the glowing phantom behind me. The air around me was ice cold and made my lungs ache as I ran.
Guessing that phantom had a rebel flag somewhere, didn't he?
Probably. I leapt over a tombstone standing between me and the gate, and Amanda and Terry were already on their bikes. Hurry, Susan, hurry, Terry shouted. I raced through the gates and stumbled onto my bike, knocking it over. As I grabbed it off the ground, I risked a backward glance and saw the phantom hovering just inside the cemetery gate, the whirlwind somehow mixing in with the glowing form. Dust whipped into my face as I jumped into the bike and followed my fleeing friends. By the time we reached the end of the street, the phantom had vanished, and the whirlwind had died away. We kept going. Terry's house was closest, so we ended up there, where Amanda, noticing the cut on her leg, collapsed. I shook my head, but Terry said, I heard there was a ghost of a man who single-handedly drove all the pirates out of the Key West, haunted that cemetery. But I thought it was just a myth. You know, one of the stories you tell the tourists to freak them out. Worked for me, I said. I'm completely freaked. Beside me, Amanda groaned in pain at her leg, and we took her inside and we cleaned her up. And that is it. So, that is an urban Key West legend that I found online. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that happened? Or do you think that's some bullshit storytelling from some kids?
It could be real. It could not be real.
I like your helicopter theory. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was a police helicopter and a redneck.
Yeah.
Less storytelling, more seven-toed cats.
More seven-toed cats? Do you have a story about seven-toed
Alright, he's not
cats?
fucking invited here again.
Hey, seven-toed cats is a thing in Key West if you haven't been to Key West.
Oh, that's sure.
Well, I've never-
Yeah, you know they have seven-toed cats.
That's a
there.
two-headed cat.
Polydactyls, yeah.
Yeah, it's a,
Ah,
Also known as, what is it?
polydactyl or
Whatever
whatever.
the famous writer. What's his name?
Edgar Allan Poop.
No. That's not it.
John C. Turd.
No.
John C. Match my turd.
John C. Riley.
John C. Riley my turd.
Well, the reason I brought up that cemetery story, I thought it was interesting. What?
Oh, fourth.
Good.
He's okay. He's fine.
That was good.
The reason I brought up the cemetery story was because me and Ryan actually visited a cemetery a couple weeks back,
Yes.
and
Looking for love in all places. Looking for love in
The dead might be dead, but the love is still alive.
Yeah, they don't move, they don't
Exactly.
scream. It's perfect.
yeah. Actually, when
Nobody
we got
can hear
there,
you squeal.
when we got there and we started walking out towards the headstones, we got a little creeped out. We heard this fucking rhythmic noise, and it
It
was
sounded like someone being dragged.
yeah, it was like,
It was cool. It was creepy.
but it was kind of off pattern. It wasn't quite rhythmic.
It was just some high school teen looking at dudes' balls.
Yeah, probably. But we're like walking and we're like getting creeped out. We had to go find out what it was, and it ended up turning out to be a fucking sprinkler head. Just
We were getting creeped out.
we both were pretty creeped out. You were like, get back in the truck, get back in the truck. So don't say we as if it was just me. So fuck you, piece of shit.
I don't know. I'm gonna go check it out. You want to stay here? No, I want to stay here by myself. No,
It was a bit creepy, but once we got in there and settled and started working on the project that we were there seeking out.
It was what was it? It was sprinklers. It was sprinklers in the
Yeah,
distance.
It was sprinklers spraying on trees in the distance,
Yep.
and we got creeped out by sprinklers. So, #1 pussy podcast right here.
But it was fun. But no, we actually have a song that we're working on, and to get in a certain mood and spirit, we went out to the cemetery.
You
And
had to get in that dark mood, you know.
Yeah, it was late at night and beautiful moon, and we're gonna do it again Saturday. It was actually we ended up inadvertently going to an Islamic cemetery.
Yeah, it was weird. It was very weird.
Wait, the one out by the Jay Blanchard Trail?
Yeah, yep.
Yep, I've been
here.
out there.
Yeah.
Been out there. Crazy shit.
Yeah, it was
One
very
time I went out there and these Islamic people had just left. There was a burlap
ISIS Foundation.
bank. No. There was like this is a true story. Burlap blanket laid out, and there was corn, some kind of weird leaf that looked like tobacco, 2
Weird.
cracked eggs that looked like robin eggs, and 2 cigars
very fucking weird.
in this blanket. I have no idea what the fuck that means.
I'm sure it meant something towards that person.
Any of your moms want to get in touch with me on that one? I'll be more
I'll
than
take
glad
the
to hear
phone
the
call.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it was the one off of that one road where
On
the
50 down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Right up here. Yep.
By the Kia dealership.
One of those dealerships, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like this big open field, and you drive way in the back, and there's a couple of tombstones and some
Yeah.
fucking caskets.
But
And
yeah.
there was a fucking mound, an
Yeah.
unflattened mound.
2 blocks away from that is where we shot the epilogue. And that pipe where I was.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay. Oh, that's right.
Wow.
Talking about Rape Fuck the movie.
Yeah.
Which is
Cool.
back and better than ever, people.
Yeah,
I
we
fixed the
thought
fucking hard drive.
He fixed the hard drive. Dave is the savior.
Yeah.
This has been Dave saves the day.
I'm gonna tell this story real quick.
Yeah,
Just
go
as an
for it.
aside.
All right, yeah.
All right. So we all know about Nate. We talked about it, for a while on this
NS
podcast.
Nate.
We thought this hard drive that had this very unique footage that I would never be able to recreate. for this film that I made with these guys. And I'm like, fuck, this really sucks. We need to figure out what happened to this. And Nate swore up and down that I had taken the hard drive back from him. And turned out he didn't. It was in his backpack the whole fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So I finally get it back, and I'm just fucking ecstatic. We played it, right before we did that one really drunk cast, which was great.
Yeah.
And we looked at some of the footage, and we forgot how fucking awesome it was. Very next time I plugged that hard drive in to back up the data,
It was corrupt.
corrupt. Whole fucking thing.
Unbelievable.
So I was heartbroken. I finally got this back after a year of thinking it just fucking vanished. And 2 days after I get it, it's fucking destroyed. So, yeah.
It's destroyed like that chair.
Yeah. That fart has the power to magnetically remove fucking credit cards.
Magnetize the first.
But,
You
anyways.
getting another beer, Mike?
Are
You getting another?
No, I was gonna throw it away.
Oh.
Or no.
You want to bring me
He
another?
just wants to get away
Please.
from the show, apparently.
Sure, why not?
Thank you, sir.
So anyways, I fought with this fucking program called Czar for about 8 hours. Finally got the fucking shit off the hard drive. So
That's-
thank you, Czar. And thanks, Nate, for fucking probably tossing that
and-
hard drive around in your backpack for a year and fucking it up.
And that's one of the most terrifying stories that we've ever told on this podcast.
When you
because we almost
lose
lost
footage,
our
that's-
awesome footage.
That's fucked up.
So, good news is Rape Fuck is back, and I got. Speaking of movies, I showed you Dark Departure, right? That movie I made with my friend. Where I had
Yeah,
the
that was
Mike
awesome,
Myers-
dude.
Yeah, part 2. I told you we made a part 2. We filmed
Yeah,
the part
isn't
2.
that the one where you went out to Whistle Junction?
We went to Whistle
Yeah,
Junction,
just
filmed
tore
a
shit
bunch of
up?
stuff, and tore shit
I
up.
fucking remember
Well,
that, man.
And I was like, we filmed it, but my friend passed it on to his friend, and no one ever edited it. I don't even know where the footage is. My friend Tom messaged me this week and says, dude, I got the footage back. I'm converting it all into editable files, and I'm
Fuck
going to be
yeah,
working
dude.
on it.
Fuck yeah.
So it's probably still
It's fate.
it's probably still a ways off from ever getting done. But Dark Departure 2, thank you, Mike. Dark Departure 2 is happening, and I can't wait because Dark Departure 1 was fun, and we
Should
threw it.
include a link.
Yeah, I'll throw it on the
podcast.
Facebook page, and I'll throw it on the podcast. You guys can check that out. My favorite horror movie character is Michael Myers, and I had a Michael Myers mask. And my friend Tom, one of my good friends, was leaving to North Carolina, and he loved filming movies, and we decided to film a movie 3 days before he left, and we shot it real quick. He threw it together, and it was really awesome. But we really put time into Dark Departure 2. The footage kind of got shuffled away as our lives took place, and it's coming back, and it's going to be better than ever. So super excited for that. And Mike, yeah, you can just have some of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna stick my hand in there, I scratched my balls before I put it in there.
Okay, that's the key.
The
That's
thing
key.
he's talking
That-
about
that
sticking
is
his
the
hand
key.
in is my ass, by the way.
Yes.
No, you don't.
He's gonna go turd fist.
All right.
Dave's butt is quite tight, and it's quite tight. Anyways, foreign policies, yeah. All right.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about foreign policy, Mike? Go ahead and let everybody know.
I have no idea what foreign policies are even. I don't even know.
I have no idea what foreign policies are even.
I don't even know what greater than is.
Well,
No shoes, no shirt, no service, and speak English or get out.
that's
right
it.
now, the biggest foreign policy issues are, of course, sanctions upon Russia so that we can keep the exploitation of Ukraine.
Of young women.
All right, I'll stop.
No, keep going. I was just fucking around.
That was being serious.
Okay.
That's
That was Ken
really,
Warner.
really foreign policy.
Yeah,
concerns there.
foreign policy can go fuck itself. I hate politics and that kind of bullshit. All right, I have a countdown of.
More like a cunt down. Am
Whoa!
I right? Am I right?
I have a countdown of children's songs that have dark meanings, or I have another story.
And number one is, of course, Ring Around the Room.
I have a countdown of dark children
Yes,
Yeah.
that you've taken down.
that I put on the market.
Are they black children that you have molested? Or
No, I've not molested them. I'm just selling them.
Do you guys want me to do the countdown, or you want me to read another story, another quick story?
Ooh, countdown.
Countdown.
Letterman.
All right, I've got a countdown of 5 children's songs, common children's songs that have dark meanings.
Yay, we're BuzzFeed now.
Yay!
Oh.
We've never really done a countdown, so there's the first thing for everybody. The song "London Bridge is Falling Down" is number 5. We suppose it's pretty messed up to write an ode to shoddy civil engineering, but really, how bad could this be?
I just want to interject. Cordy's nuts are huge. They're just laying out.
Or maybe his dick is just too small for his nuts.
No.
No, he's got big old nuts.
I don't know, man.
His whole
nuts
rear
are
is
just,
actually
laying on the
resting
floor.
That, that looks like a 10% nut weight of his entire body.
I mean, it looks like he sat on an eclair.
Maybe he did.
Do you guys know what London Bridge is actually about?
A bunch
World
of
War
people
II.
crushing by the London Bridge.
Huh?
World War II.
No, it's actually about starving children to death.
Oh, great.
There have been lots of theories over the years as to what the collapse of the London Bridge song means. Some believe it refers to Viking attacks, but there's no documented records of such an attack on the bridge. It's actually, it's about starving young kids. So as kids are out there singing London Bridge is falling down, they're actually singing about starving themselves. So I think that's pretty ironic.
It's fucking emo.
It's
It's so steamy.
Number 4, the song Blow the Man Down. You guys know that one, right?
Blow the man down, Mikey. Blow the man down.
It's Dropkick Murphys, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought it was Sepultura.
Yes, Sepultura.
Poops. Bloody poops. Poops.
I
Bloody
have dreads.
poops.
Being blown down in this song doesn't refer to a strong wind or anything else you probably suspect about a bunch of man suck at sea for long. During the 18th century, when the song originated, blow the man down was slang for a man being knocked to the ground,
Oh, I thought it
either
involved,
from
like,
in-crew
oral
fighting
sex.
or from
Issue.
the ship's officers inflicting a little discipline. So it's actually about fighting, basically. Number 3, I found this one very interesting. Jimmy Crack Corn. You know, Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care. Jimmy
I
Crack
actually
Corn.
cared.
I crap corn whenever I go to Moe's.
Yes. I poop little corns out of my asshole after I go to Moe's.
Lawrence taking a shit.
Lawrence
taking a shit.
Gordy's giant nuts.
Aw, be nice to him. He's being a good boy.
Wow.
That was not flatulence. That was just dumbass.
Yes, we have a fan going, and I just
Nope.
put my elbow
And you
into
broke
it.
the fan as well.
No, he probably just unplugged it.
Yeah, I unplugged it.
No, you broke it for shizzle.
No, I unplugged it.
Watch your hand, Mike.
No, it's still on, man.
Broke it.
It's yeah.
Wow.
Did I really?
Yeah.
Killed it.
Oh, you fucked up, Brick.
Oh boy.
You fucked up, Brick.
Yeah, we'll get a new fan.
Damn, that's a strong elbow.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I didn't hit it that hard.
do?
Leave it alone. Well,
Next time on Mythbusters, is Ryan Stevens' elbow strong enough to stop a fan?
and I believe we answered that question.
It is true. And I think Michael fixed it. Michael did fix
So the song "Jimmy Crack Corn" and I Don't Care was actually about some dude that fell off a horse and died, and it's all. Oh, it's fine. What happened?
it.
What happened?
Fixed it.
Michael, you are the
Michael
champion.
fixed it.
Michael fixed it.
Who fixed Michael?
So, after I scraped my elbow and almost break a fan, and didn't really, so I don't have a strong elbow. Number 2 in the countdown is "Here We Go Round the Mulberry Bush." Do you guys know what this one's about?
Getting down.
No. The song is actually, it means "Do your chores or the guards will beat you." So it's not just dance around the mulberry bush, it's actually about not getting beat.
Clean thy vagina or get better.
Number one on the countdown is "She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain." And you know what that one's about?
Is it a booty reference?
I know it's about coming.
It's actually about a woman orgasming.
It's the same
Hey!
thing. Yeah.
Hey!
Good job,
About a
Dave.
woman orgasming while she rides in a covered wagon. So, there you go. That's our countdown. Exciting. I won't ever do that again. No one seemed to give a shit. So,
Do we have
Coming
trivia?
around the mountain once you come.
No trivia.
no trivia.
Oh, Halloween trivia.
You want me to? I'll find some Halloween
Yeah.
trivia. All right.
Yeah.
Will that get you talking? Will that get you going?
Yeah, what do you mean?
You've been sitting here quiet all day. What's wrong with you? You okay?
Quiet, right?
I didn't realize there was
I feel kind
I didn't realize there was a quiet amount of talking.
All right. I got one more story. I want to read it
Okay.
because I found it online and thought it was super creepy. And this
You
is
found it online. Jeez, that's
Yeah.
wow. That's impressive.
yes. I actually, you know what?
In this day and age, with Windows 95 being the most popular operating system,
You thought
Windows
Windows 3.1
98
was
being
good.
on the horizon, you found it online. That's fucking crazy.
Wait, did you find it live or did it find you?
It found me.
Did you find it from like an IRC
You've
chat?
got
or-
spam.
Yeah. I even typed in ASL just to find out how old the person was that was sending this to me.
Yeah.
So This is actually a story about clowns. You may
nice.
may or not have heard this before.
Go for it.
There's been a few short stories that I've seen in little compilations or little anthologies that kind of reference this. So I'm gonna read this.
My school.
Then I want to know if you've heard about it, if you even know about this, because I think it's creepy as fuck.
You find it's not creepypasta?
Huh?
Creepypasta?
No, fuck
No, creepy as fuck. Okay. A few years ago, there was a wealthy couple who had 2 young children, a boy and a girl. The family lived in a large house in Newport Beach, California. After taking care of their kids all week, the mother and father decided they needed a break. So they booked a table for dinner at a nice restaurant. That evening, they called the teenage girl who they knew and arranged for her to come over and babysit the children while they were out. When the babysitter arrived, the parents told her to fix supper for the kids and put them to bed. After that, you can just watch TV, help yourself to anything in the fridge, said the father. And if you wouldn't mind, said the mother, could you watch TV in our bedroom? The kids have been having nightmares recently, so if you hear them crying, could you just go in and calm them down?
Yeah, I know this one.
You know what's coming, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The babysitter happily agreed, and the parents left for their dinner date. The girl gave the children some milk and cookies and ushered them upstairs to bed. She started to read them a bedtime story, and before long, the little boy and girl were fast asleep. After tucking them in, she had switched off the lights and went to watch TV. When the babysitter walked into the parents' bedroom and sat down, she noticed there was a creepy-looking clown statue standing in the corner of the room. She tried to ignore it, but it looked so eerie and disturbing that it sent a chill down her spine. She felt as though its eyes were staring straight at her while she watched TV. As time passed, the babysitter started to feel more and more uneasy about the clown statue. Whenever she glanced at it, she got the unsettling feeling that it had moved ever so slightly. Finally, the clown statue began to freak her out so much that she couldn't handle it any longer.
Can't sleep, clown will eat me. Can't sleep, clown will eat me.
If you used to die before you wake.
She decided to go downstairs and phone the parents. When she dialed the number they had left for her, the mother answered. Hey, it's me, said the babysitter. Everything's fine, the kids are fast asleep in bed, but I was just wondering, is it okay if I watch TV downstairs? Of course, replied the father, but why? I know it sounds silly, she said, but the clown statue is really creeping me out. The clown statue? Asked the father. Yeah, the clown statue in your bedroom, the girl replied. The phone went silent for a moment. Listen to me very carefully, said the father. Take the children and get out of the house. We will call the police. Go now. What's wrong? Asked the girl. The father gulped and replied, We don't have a clown statue. First, I just got shivers reading that. It's creepy. For a second, the babysitter just stood there, stunned. Then she dropped the phone and raced upstairs and grabbed the children, carrying one under each arm, and raced downstairs again and fled out to the street. Huddled on the sidewalk, confronting the 2 children, the babysitter looked up in the bedroom window and saw something that made her scream out in horror. Peeking through a gap in the curtains was the white, painted face of the clown. It stared at her for a moment and sank back into the darkness. Within minutes, the police arrived and cautiously entered the house. In the upstairs bedroom, they found a man dressed in a clown suit. When they arrested him, they found a knife concealed in his costume. You knew about that?
Oh,
You've
yeah.
heard about that urban
Love that
legend?
story.
Yeah,
My
that
favorite-
creeps me out.
My all-time favorite clown story is the one I showed you, and I showed you the Mexican zombie clown.
Mexican zombie clown.
Yeah, we were on the way to Ryan's house. I mean, that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that to me, that's the creepiest clown story I've ever heard.
Clowns creep me out. I
Love
think
them.
they're fun, but they creep me out. And
All
that
right.
story is
Oh, he's got the story. Oh, here we go.
you have it?
Oh no! This isn't the clown story. That was a podcast I've listened to.
Oh, okay.
But no, this is a story that I really like, and I wonder it's not too long.
Story all about
My life got turned from upside down. My life taking man just sit right here. I tell you, I became friends with a town called Bel Air.
Will you read that? I will look up some Halloween trivia for quiz shots.
Fuck yeah, dude. All right, so this is one of my all-time favorite stories. It's creepy as hell, and I want you guys' reaction. All right. About 5 years ago, I lived downtown in a major city in the U.S. I've always been a night person, so I would often find myself bored after my roommate, who was decidedly not a night person, went to sleep. To pass the time, I used to go for long walks and spend the time thinking. I spent 4 years like that, walking alone at night, and never once had a reason to feel afraid. I always used to joke with my roommate that even the drug dealers in the city were polite. But all that changed in just a few minutes of one evening. It was a Wednesday, somewhere between 1 and 2 in the morning, and I was walking near a police patrol park quite a ways from my apartment. It was a quiet night, even for a weeknight, with very little traffic and almost no one on foot. The park, as it was most nights, was completely empty. I turned down a short side street in order to loop back to my apartment when I first noticed him. At the far end of the street, on my side, was the silhouette of a man dancing. It was a strange dance, similar to a waltz, but he finished each box with an odd forward stride. I guess you could say he was dance walking, headed straight for me. Deciding he was probably drunk, I stepped as close as I could to the road to give him the majority of the sidewalk to pass me by. The closer he got, the more I realized how gracefully he was moving. He was very tall and lanky, and wearing an old suit. He danced closer still, until I could make out his face. His eyes were open wide and wild, head tilted back slightly, looking off at the sky. His mouth was formed in a painfully wide cartoon of a smile. Between the eyes and the smile, I decided to cross the street before he danced any closer. I took my eyes off him to cross the empty street, and as I reached the other side, I glanced back, and then stopped dead in my tracks. He had completely stopped dancing and was standing with one foot in the street, perfectly parallel to me. He was facing me, but still looking skyward, smile still wide on his lips. I was completely and utterly unnerved by this. I started walking again, but kept my eyes on the man. He didn't move. Once I had put about half a block between us, I turned away from him for a moment to watch the sidewalk in front of me. The street and sidewalk ahead of me were completely empty. Still unnerved, I looked back to where he had been standing to find him gone. For the briefest of moments, I felt relieved, until I noticed him. He had crossed the street and was now slightly crouched down. I couldn't tell for sure due to the distance and the shadows, but I was certain he was facing me. I had looked away from him for no more than 10 seconds, so it was clear that he had moved fast. I was so shocked that I stood there for some time staring at him, and then he started moving toward me again. He took giant, exaggerated, tiptoed steps, as if he were a cartoon character sneaking up on someone, except he was moving very, very quickly. I like to say at this point I ran away or pulled out my pepper spray or my cell phone or anything at all, but I didn't.
That's what most people should do, but in most movies and shit, they just stand there frozen in horror. So I guess they start screaming. I guess it's true. I guess it's what really happens.
I just stood there, completely frozen as the smiling man crept toward me. And then he stopped again, about a car length away from me. Still smiling a smile, still looking to the sky. When I finally found my voice, I blurted out the first thing that came to mind. What I meant to ask was, "What the fuck do you want?" in an angry and commanding tone. What came out was a whimper, "What the fuck?" Regardless of whether or not humans can smell fear, they can certainly hear it. I heard it in my own voice, and that only made me more afraid. But he didn't react to it at all. He just stood there, smiling. And then, after what felt like forever, he turned around, very slowly, and started walking away, just like that. Not wanting to turn my back to him again, I just watched him go, until he was far enough away to almost be out of sight. And then I realized something. He wasn't moving away anymore, nor was he dancing. I watched in horror as the distant shape of him grew larger and larger. He was coming back my way, and this time he was running. I ran too. I ran until I was off the side road and back onto a better lit road with sparse traffic. Looking behind me then, he was nowhere to be found. The rest of the way home, I kept glancing over my shoulder, always expecting to see his stupid smile, but he was never there. I lived in that city for 6 months after that night, and I never went out for another walk.
I wouldn't either.
There was something about his face that always haunted me. He didn't look drunk. He didn't look high. He looked completely and utterly insane. And that's a very, very scary thing to see.
Yeah. Insane people. If this story is true, I mean, when I go downtown and I'm walking down the streets, I'm always creeped out by those. You know, I hate to call them bums.
Police officers?
No, just the homeless people, and I feel bad for them, but they creep me out because a lot of them are, might not be in their right mind. So this could be one of those things. It's just a creepy homeless man following them. It could have been a ghost. It could have been a spirit. Who knows? But I mean, that kind of thing. If I'm just walking alone, just You know, there are times where I like to just go out and walk. Easy now. Mike just broke everything in the new studio.
Pissed it all over my toilet.
Yep.
Break shit.
Interesting.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you touching? Stop touching it.
Turning the fan on and on.
Don't do that.
You don't do that.
It's on the same circuit as the bathroom.
Yeah.
Wait, what's going on? Like, what is it in it?
Don't worry about it.
It's
You don't
fine.
worry about it.
It's fine.
Alright, I have to go, gentle dicks.
All right, Mike.
Ah,
Sir?
boom, good practice.
Thank you.
Yes,
good
sir.
practice. Nice meeting you, Mr. Dr. Dave. You are past. I love you so much.
Dave is
Yeah.
dead.
Hey,
You,
nice meeting you, Mr. Dave.
Are you okay to drive?
Yes.
Sure.
No, I'm drunk as hell.
Well, you probably shouldn't drive. Be safe.
Be
See
safe.
you guys.
Hey,
I'll
we'll
see you
we'll
later.
be in touch.
Yeah.
Can you jam Friday?
Yes. Well, you guys said something about Saturday.
Well, that's when we're going to the cemetery. Late
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yes. I
But
can
let's
do Saturday.
plan the jam Friday
Alright,
if you can.
Y'all getting this?
Friday at
This is
6.
exciting.
We're making band plans on the podcast.
Woo, see you guys.
All right, Mike.
later.
Thanks again. We'll see you later.
Later, Mike. Good practice.
And that was our first walkout. I'm
Yeah.
surprised it took that long.
Yeah.
Yes.
My dick.
Thanks. Anyhow,
But yeah, that's my creepy story for this week.
We should really censor that. That should be our first censor. Actually.
I'll just put a long beep right through all that.
Yeah, so you do some more post work on
No, but
What the fuck was that?
honestly, that's when you showed me that story back a few months ago. That story creeped me out.
Yeah, I love that story.
You know, I like to just go for a walk sometimes, and you know, if I ever saw that, I'd freak out and never go for a walk on my own again. I mean,
You got out crazy them. You have to
yeah.
out crazy them.
Well, you can do that. I am too
Anybody
serious.
can do that.
I'm too serious. I can't do that. So,
it. Do we get trivia?
I got some trivia questions.
Fuck
All
yeah.
right.
You guys want to do some?
I just wanted to point out that I murdered trivia last time.
You did.
Did
So
you?
are we going against each other? Are we on a team? That confused me last week. Or last
You know
time, I
what?
should say.
I'm gonna read the question. First person to shout out the answer wins.
Cool.
And let's see how many questions I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What are they related to? What's the topic?
It's Halloween. I've got
Ryan's
a
gonna
good
win.
list of questions here. First person to get 3 questions wins.
Okay.
And this is Halloween related, no specific anything. It's just Halloween questions. Who was the first original Wolfman?
Oh, that's your name?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
If you don't know, you can pass.
Shit.
His name was not shit.
wasn't Boris Karloff. Because he was the mummy, but he was someone else too. I don't know the original Wolfman. That's
No.
the only Universal monster.
I never got into that.
I don't know.
Never got into that.
Yep. Boris Karloff was Frankenstein. He was Frankenstein. He was the mummy. Bela Lugosi was Dracula. But no, I don't know who the Wolfman was.
5
Was it
seconds.
Lon Chaney?
It was Lon Chaney.
Fuck
Nice
yeah.
job.
Fuck
Good
yeah,
job.
dude.
Nice.
I had to
Dave got
rack
one.
my brain for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Good job. What does the word Hallow in relation to this holiday mean?
Well, All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day. It was a bit.
Saint. I'll give you saint.
Okay.
That's what it means. So 1-1. What is the purpose of a ghoul? What is the purpose of a ghoul?
Wasn't a ghoul like a protector?
Mm-mm. It had a specific purpose, and I'll give you a hint. I read a story about what this particular thing would be found in and doing.
Protect the graveyard?
Not protect a graveyard.
Hunt a graveyard.
No.
Steal a graveyard?
Rob a grave. I'll give you that. So 2-1.
Alright.
Which tradition was not a precursor to Halloween?
Oh, I thought I was expecting choices.
Would you like some choices?
Well, hold on. Read it one
Which
more time.
tradition was not a precursor to Halloween?
Candy.
Mm-mm.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
No.
Costumes.
No.
Hey, what are the choices?
There are no choices, but
Oh.
I can make them up.
Hold on.
No, I'm not going to give choices. I'm going to just skip a question if no one's giving me an answer in 10 seconds.
I don't know.
Because I have a couple more questions I can just get to that are better.
Haunted houses?
No. The correct answer is the Celtic tradition of giving thanks at the close of the harvest.
Oh.
So that's a weird question. So I just played foot
We
sex.
just had
with you.
sex.
Yes,
Great.
we had foot sex. Ryan is winning 2-1. One more question correctly, and Ryan will win.
We know how to fucking count.
You do? Good. Get out. Count your foot.
What's the question?
Count your footsteps on the way out. I had a complete brain fart there. What? Oh God. What are 2 traditional colors for Halloween?
Black and orange.
Ryan wins.
No, let's do another
Really?
one. Let's
I
do
got
another
Wanna
one.
play
Lon
the five?
Chaney. He gets black and orange and
Yeah,
wins.
let's keep
Fuck
going.
you.
You wanna play the 5?
Yeah.
All right, it's 3-1. What country did Halloween originate in?
Oh. Ireland?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's correct. 4-1.
Well, I can't come back from that now, can I?
Yeah, you can. I got 5 more questions. Which Catholic church holiday is Halloween linked to?
All Saints Day.
Ryan wins.
10-10.
You know what?
I got Lon Chaney. I'm proud of that.
Hey, that's the one.
You know what? These are going well. I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
What was the name of Dracula's sidekick?
Igor.
Nope.
No, that was
That was Frankenstein.
yeah, Victor Frankenstein's. Oh, I know this.
Music makes this intense.
Yeah, maybe I don't know this. I can see him. Just say it.
Reinfeld.
Reinfeld,
Or
yeah.
Renfield, or whoever.
Yeah,
Renfield, yeah.
Renfield.
From which word did bonfire originate? That's so fucking stupid.
Bonafide fire.
No, it's
I don't know.
5 seconds. Bone plus fire.
That's stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid. What does the name Dracula mean?
The dragon.
No.
No, Son of the Dragon.
No. 10 seconds.
Yeah.
No.
Dragul means dragon.
Son of the
Dracula
devil.
means.
Dracula means son of the devil.
2.
I'll give you that one. It's
That's
dragon or
2,
devil.
2-6.
2-6.
How do pumpkins grow?
On vines.
Vines grow.
Okay. All right.
Like slowly.
Orange?
Do we want an adverb or an adjective?
Horizontally?
Yes. Very plump.
Which phobia means you have an intense fear of Halloween?
Allophobia.
No, I will say that the prefix of this answer is on our wall right now.
Champagne phobia?
Sanhanophobia. I'll give him that.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Sanhanophobia.
Yeah.
I just literally turned around and
That's
read
awesome.
the first
Yeah, how fucking cool is that?
That's 4-6. All right.
What was Dracula's real name?
Vlad Tepes.
Tepes.
Vlad
Dracula.
Tepes.
Nope.
Vlad the Impaler.
Yes.
See that's
That's Vlad. It's just Vlad.
It's Vlad Tepes.
I was the first
All right,
one
you
that
each
said
got a point
Vlad.
for that. Go away. What does the celebration of Samhain signify?
The death of the earth and the rebirth.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
The
And
end.
technically, this is a little fun fact for all you kids out there. It's actually pronounced Samhain. The original Celtic pronunciation is
Well,
Samhain.
that's gay. I like Samhain. It's the end of the harvest season, so I mean, same fucking thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I want you to give me the specific answer that's in front of me.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because it must
5-7.
be-
5-7.
Must be 100% correct.
This is the last question, so Dave, you've lost. What do Halloween colors black and orange signify?
Death and pumpkins.
Close. You got death right.
Death and
Sun?
rebirth.
So black stands for death, orange stands for
Leaves. The harvest.
the harvest.
Ah,
Death and harvest.
So that's a good.
That was fun.
That was
That was
fun.
good.
Hey, you know what? I still think he got the hardest one.
Hey,
I would have
you know-
loved to have gotten that one.
I was impressed when he got
The
that.
only
'cause I'm like-
Universal monster I didn't know.
I was like, who the hell is that? So good job to both of you guys. That was fun. That was a
That was fun. That was
a
awesome.
great way to get in the Halloween spirit. We got what?
I think
four-
Lon Chaney was worth 2. So we're
I
gonna
think
call
we'll
it a
probably
tie.
do
There you go.
four or five more Halloween themed shows.
Yeah.
On Thursday. What are you doing Thursday? You want to go to Halloween Horror Nights?
I can't afford it.
Can't afford it. We need that advertising
So I'll
money.
set up an Indiegogo. People, please donate.
Yes.
It's good cause. Me going to Halloween Horror Nights.
We just wanted to invite you.
You only need like $50.
I only need like $50. That's 10 donations of $5. People.
Yes.
Exactly.
Come on, we don't have that many listeners though. Fuck.
5 donations of 10. Come on.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
can do
come on,
this.
you guys can
Grandma,
do
can I
that.
have $50?
2 donations of 25. I know you
But,
got it.
well, me
Just don't go to fucking Starbucks 3 times and you'll be fucking covered.
we're planning to go to Halloween Horror Nights on Thursday and check that out, so we can talk about that next week. But we are going to do. We're going to get back into this review thing. Our last few reviews have been a bit lackluster, so we actually sat down and we watched a scary movie in quotations, but a freaky movie. It was called Fears of the Dark. Is that what it's called?
Fears of the Dark. It's a
It was
foreign film.
yes, foreign. Was it all French?
French.
Yeah,
It's
so
kind of like a
French
series of vignettes that are animated and.
Yeah, it was like a horror, like an animated French horror anthology.
I just the only one I remember was the one where like it was like insect related.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
S'mores.
Yeah, the young boy
she
finds
kept
the
planting the fucking eggs in him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
That
was
was
the host.
that was fucking
a
creepy.
young man, kind of a geeky science nerd, wanders into the
college.
woods. Well, at the beginning, he's a young boy and he
Oh,
wanders
yeah.
into the woods and he finds
Well,
this.
hold on. Do we need to tell? These people might want to watch it.
Well,
We don't want to give any spoilers. With it. I mean, we can just, it's basically several stories.
give him a synopsis because I'm too detailed.
Yeah, several stories. We don't want to give anything away, but each story has a different art style, different theme, and
Yeah, the animation style is all black and white, very interesting.
yes, aesthetically very, very
Yes,
beautiful.
it would have been very good on shrooms or acid or whatever psychedelics.
Great dialogue. In between each story, there's kind of like ink blots, and there's
Yeah,
what
that
sounds
was
like.
weird. I didn't get that.
Well, I mean, he's talking about his own internal fears, and it wasn't gory, it wasn't spooks or specters, but it was his own just fears about everyday life. It was just
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. It brought a real realism to it. It just kind of made it more
Wait.
appealing to everybody. But no, definitely check it out. I think it's definitely one of the lesser known movies out there. Obviously, it
The
is
whole thing
foreign.
kind of reminded me like a really long, fucked up version of that one. Did anybody ever see that one animated movie? What was it, on Nick at Night or something? Where it's
What?
the guy in the house and he hears a knocking.
It's me, I'm a comic.
Yes, yeah,
It's the egg.
it's the fucking egg.
It's the egg.
The whole thing reminded me of that for
Yeah,
some reason.
very creepy.
Yeah. When
Just a minute, I'm a comic. Oh.
for our Halloween themed podcast, we're gonna sit down. We're gonna watch a movie and review it each week. And Ryan was like, "Well, I'm gonna pick the first one," and he picked it. And when honestly, when he was like, "Oh, we're gonna watch Fears in the Dark," I'm like, "Okay, it's an anthology. I love short stories because I have a short attention span. So I love those the short stories. They're fun. They're entertaining." And he's like, "Oh, it's animated and it's foreign," and I went, "Ooh, fuck me. I'm gonna have to read and I'm gonna have to watch cartoons." But you know what? I was, for the most part, engaged in all the stories. There were a few parts where I was like, I don't know what's going on because I wasn't paying attention. But I love the first story about the young boy with the specimens who goes off to college and meets a young lady. The story about in the village with with the mysterious something that was killing villagers. That one was kind of cool.
Yeah, like
But-
the swamp creature.
Yeah, the swamp creature. And then they had one at the end of just a guy who was in his own house. Was that his own house?
I think so, yeah.
It's implied that this guy is in his house and he loses his mind inside of his own house, and basically the house inside of his own mind takes him captive. And I think that, as far as creepiness goes, I think that was the scariest one.
Yeah, the name of the cartoon we were just talking about is The Killing of an Egg. And it's by it's actually German, by Paul Dreisen, and he did several really creepy different animation, different shorts, and it's from the 80s, but it's very cool.
Yeah.
It's creepy. Really creepy.
I was skeptical at the beginning because when it comes to foreign films and having to read, very skeptical. Animated films are either hit or miss for me. I enjoyed it. I was.
Oh, that was really good.
I thought it was fun. I would recommend it,
Was it
especially this time
campy
of
or
year.
low-key?
No,
It wasn't,
and you know what? If
it
anything,
was very adult themed, which
Yes.
is nice.
and if anything, I definitely can appreciate the animation.
Oh, yeah.
Each of the little stories kind of had their own different animation style and their own feel, and each of them just that made it creepier and creepier.
Yeah,
Oh,
some are
there was
very-
also an interlaid story in between each major story of a you call him, a patriot? Patriot with the dogs. You remember that?
Yeah.
He had the little tri-corner hat and was walking around with some dogs and.
Throughout the whole film, there's a story that's going on, and after right between the stories, they show that one continuing.
Yeah.
And
I thought that one was really
fun.
cool. It was
Yeah.
it was crazy. There were some. I think that was the most graphic, most craziest, like
Yeah.
fucked up part of the movie, and I thought it was very cool.
It was very dark and twisted.
I would recommend that, if you got a good hour and a half, you want to waste some time, watch a good movie, get in the Halloween spirit. Fears of the Dark is a good place to start.
Yep.
And I give it just because I feel like it was action packed at the beginning and then got a little slow towards the end. I give it an 8 out of 10, but still a solid view for me. What do you think?
I'll give it a 7.5, just because I don't know. I like gore. I like and there's very little gore actually, which
Yes,
isn't a
there's
bad
more
thing necessarily.
There's more animated sex and boobs than there's
Yeah,
gore.
yeah.
which
But I
is
mean,
weird.
I feel like they could have. I feel like everything today is too much gore, too much sex. But sometimes it's appropriate, and I would have liked to see a little bit more. But I'm not at all knocking. I thought it was a great film, and again, the dialogue is great, the stories are great, the different animations. I mean, one style almost looked like black and white watercolors.
Yeah,
The
oh,
one looked
so
like
cool, so cool.
like charcoal paintings
Mhm.
or drawings. Really, really cool. But,
One was definitely drawn with like a thick marker,
Yeah, yeah.
and one was drawn with I think the colonial one was drawn with like charcoal.
Yeah.
That was really cool. Just had a dark feel to it.
And you saw it too, Dave, right? You've seen it.
Which one?
Fears of the Dark.
Fears of the Dark.
Yeah, I mean, again, the only one that really I saw it like years ago when it first came out.
Right. Came out in like 08 or something. Right?
Yeah, and the only one I really remember is the one with the first one, the one with the insect
Insects.
lady.
Based on what you can remember, what do you? Did you enjoy it?
Give it like a 8.
That's what I gave it.
Very cool. Very cool.
So definitely, it's that time of year. You know what? Today is actually the first day of fall. We're recording this on the first day of fall.
All
So
right.
you know what? First day of fall to me says fucking Halloween.
Yep.
It'll be Halloween up until Thanksgiving for me.
Yeah.
So
November 1st is the most depressing day of the year for me.
yeah.
It really is.
It-
But you
it
know
is.
what? We're not going to think about that. We're going to enjoy it. This is the start.
Yes, it's only September 23rd.
Yep.
So we're gonna enjoy the next week and the next month of Halloween.
Yep.
And we're now that we're moved in and the craziness has subsided, we'll be back on the regular course with the show.
Yeah.
And it'll be Halloween themed up all the way up through Halloween.
Yep.
And
this week was a little,
just a little, we're just
ease into it.
yeah.
But we're gonna go full
whet your
blown
appetite.
nuts.
And so, gentlemen, any interesting stories? I love how you just brought up your story and read that tonight. Any stories, any Halloween related news, stories, any of your own Halloween experiences? That's basically what we're going to fill the listeners' ears with. And
It doesn't even really have to be Halloween itself. Just anything scary, anything scary or horrifying in your
Mhm.
life. That it doesn't have to be specific to the.
I think
the holiday or the
at some
season.
point we should tell our own personal stories about the times where we've been freaked out the most.
Yeah.
We might save that towards the end.
Yeah,
But-
we'll just start next week. We can do like a story each week. Yeah, I'm tired as fuck.
Yeah.
No,
I
we'll
hear
figure
you.
it out,
It's
but,
been a long week, buddy. It's been a long week.
But yeah, be prepared.
Yes, Halloween themed shows, at least three or four more, if not more. So hopefully you enjoyed this little change of pace. We're getting back at it. Hope you all enjoyed it, and can't wait to do it again. It was a lot of fun, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Woo! Dave, you were asleep. So I was asleep.
Be stroking out. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
stroking out. All right, everybody. Thanks again for listening, and stay tuned. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.
See ya.